Hey everyone, this is Laura Gadenik with Laura Gadenik Astrology, and I'm here to give you the astrology for the week of May 25th through the 31st, 2020. So let me just share my screen. Okay, so starting on Monday, we have Mars right here in Pisces making a what's called a sextile to Uranus and Taurus. Sextiles are 60 degrees between two planets. Every sign has 30 degrees in it, so you can kind of see Mars is here at 8 degrees of Pisces, and then if we go 30, and then another 30, that's 60 degrees between Mars and Uranus. And sextiles are very supporting and easy and flowing and present opportunity, but we kind of have to take advantage of them or else they could just pass by and we wouldn't even notice because they're really easy. You know, other aspects like squares or oppositions usually present us with a challenge. And so when that happens, we usually have to take action or make adjustments. We're confronted with something. But sextiles are pretty easy, and sometimes we just miss them. So it's not a huge aspect, but I thought I'd mention it because we actually only have like two things happening this week. It's a really quiet week, so to speak. Um, so this aspect is all about inspired and innovative action. First of all, Mars is the planet of how we take action and of our energy and our pace in the world, how we do things. And Mars can be a little bit sleepy in the sign of Pisces. You know, Pisces is a water sign and it's a mutable sign and it kind of just wants to relax and chill out. And, with Mars and Pisces, one must feel inspired to take action. There has to be an aspect of motivation must come from some sense of being inspired or maybe idealizing something, being visionary, something in order to, for this month really, or for the next couple of weeks, as Mars and Pisces, there might be this element of um, your energy being very connected to how inspired you feel or what you're feeling. Because Mars is in a water sign, and water is all about emotion and feelings, aren't always like very useful in helping us to get things done and be productive. Um, and Mars usually wants to get things done as a very fiery planet, wants to do things quickly and take action. So Mars and Pisces just might mean you might be moving at a little bit of a slower pace than usual. Action taking might be based more on feelings and on feeling inspired. There might be an element of the way that you take action being based on compassion. So maybe like volunteering for something you care about, or putting more of your energy towards something that you idealize or something that you care a lot about. Something that requires having compassion, because that is a word very much so associated with Pisces. Um, and with contact to Uranus in Taurus, um, you know, Mars and Pisces is already an idealized motivation. But with Uranus is the planet of innovation, and um, it's creating something new, doing something outside of the box. Um, Uranus is a very visionary planet. It's about being a little bit radical, revolutionary, different, authentic. So with this aspect, there's an opportunity to do something a little bit out of the norm, maybe take inspired action and be innovative in some way, doing something that you maybe wouldn't normally do or that you wouldn't have thought was possible before. Mars and Pisces knows that it's possible, right? There's this sense of, oh, I have this dream and I know that I can do it. I know that I can take steps to make that happen. And with Uranus, there's that innovative quality. And in Taurus, Taurus being the bull, hardworking, being able to work hard to achieve that um, idealized vision that you may have. Um, so could turn into innovation, creating or doing something new outside of the box, visionary, perhaps even a radical, something that you don't normally do. This is really an opportunity to take a chance on something. Um, and we'll probably feel this for through the middle of the week. So it's not like it's only on Monday, which is today. There's also, it'll kind of keep that aspect for a couple days. And then let me just clear. On Thursday, here we go. We have, actually, move this down there. Thursday, May 28th, Mercury right here moves into Cancer. So Mercury will be leaving Gemini, the sign that Mercury feels very comfortable in and actually functions very well in, and we'll be heading into Cancer, which is the moon's territory because the moon rules over the sign of Cancer. So if you have, any detailed work um, that requires, writing or data collection, data entry, if you have a lot of things you need to get done, I would say try to do it all before Mercury goes into Cancer. Try to get as much done as you can because Mercury in Gemini is a multitasker and is able to do a lot of things at once. And Mercury being the planet of our minds, how we think, our communication style, our beliefs. Well, not our beliefs, but how we think, essentially. Um, Mercury in Gemini is able to do a variety of things at once, get small, detailed tasks done, and it's, really think very quickly and very logically. Whereas when Mercury moves into Cancer, Cancer being ruled by the moon, suddenly our minds turn inwards and our minds are more focused on emotions and feelings because the moon, which rules over Cancer, is the planet of emotions and feelings and our internal states. So, Cancer is the sign that Mercury will eventually go retrograde in a couple of weeks. So, we're going to have Mercury in Cancer for a lot longer than we normally would. Um, and so, yeah, like I said, before Thursday, try to get all those tasks done that you maybe have delayed, like anything involving research, data, anything where it requires kind of a quick and agile mind and flexible mind and logical things that require logic. Um, those are all tasks to get done before Mercury goes into Cancer. And it's not that you can't get those things done when Mercury is in Cancer, it just might be a little slower and more subjective and more emotion based. Um, so, yeah, Mercury in Cancer, like I said, the mind turns more inwards and becomes subjective based on our emotions. And it's a lot less logical. It's mainly focused on my perspective, based on my feelings and my instincts. Um, and with Mercury in Cancer, we might be even making decisions based on our feelings more than based on logic. So there's kind of a double-edged sword there. There's, the warning that you might be starting to make decisions based on instinct or gut or feelings or emotions or moodiness rather than pure logic. And that can be both a good thing and a negative thing. Because it could help us become more in touch with our gut and help us make decisions more based on what is true for us emotionally. But at the same time, when we become less objective and more subjective, we can not see another person's point of view as much, or not really think about the long term, and kind of want to satisfy what we want in the short term um, that will be more satisfying now, or in the short, yeah, more of the short term kind of perspective. Cancer is the sign of mothering and nurturing and caring. Um, and so the mind also could be turned towards those topics of wanting to nurture or care for others, or be very sensitive of others' situations, or suffering, and wanting to caretake, um, wanting to listen more than talk. Cancer is also the sign of home and family and security. So definitely, like, your mentality or your focus mentally could turn very much so towards family and home and home life. And there's definitely an introversion to this, to the movement of Mercury moving into Cancer, wanting to be at home more. And another thing is that Cancer can be a little bit defensive sometimes. Cancer is the crab, and the crab can crawl inside of its shell and use that shell as a protective mechanism. Uh, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, Cancer can defend, but sometimes it can defend against threats that aren't even there. And so there can be kind of a defensive quality. So just kind of keep a note out for the next couple of weeks. If you feel defensive when in conversation with another person, if you're like debating, like, just know that Mercury in Cancer is more subjective, more emotion based, and therefore you might be a little bit more defensive than usual. So um, that's pretty much it for the week. Um, okay. That's pretty much it for the week. Kind of a sleepy week, really. Um, I'll be back for next week's forecast, and uh, let me know how the week goes for you if you'd like. And if anyone is interested in an astrology reading, you can check out my website, lauragodenick.com. That's LauraGodenick.com, and you can find all my information there. Otherwise, I hope everyone has a great week, and I look forward to giving you the forecast for next week. Okay, bye.